Okay. So you enter the data, and then we can do data modeling. We can data. We can view our data. We can see the relationship, and from there we can start data visualization, report view, and the modeling. What does it mean per se? Is here. Look at your left side here. You have them. Just point them. You can see the report view. That's where we are now. You view the report, and here, as I told you last time, you have your uh, data table review. You can see the table here, and here you can do much apart from copy, measure, those small stuff that you can do from here. You have the data. You see, I have intentionally upload 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 data set here. You can see them here. And last 2 weeks or last week, I added these three, and this is the one that we are working on together. Now, how remember I got them from the SQL database, the school. Now, how are these three are connected? You have the classroom table, we have the advisor table, and then we have the course table. You can see here we have course ID, we have credit, we have department name, title name. And when I come here, I have IID, SID. Here I have building as room number. And you can see that in these three, it's hard for me to connect because I don't know how this connection can go. And you see what it's telling me. Okay, I wanted to connect course ID with the building, which does not go well. So I have to find, and you say what, one to many. If I say save, it will save it for me. Let me see if course ID can go with ID. Listen, you can see that there's not much to do here either. So if we see SQL, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I'll come back to it later on. You see, now here we have middle class group origin, and you have this one too, category, city, country origin. You can see that they don't have in SQL. You have primary key and um a what do you call the second key,
Foreign key.
foreign key, and you can see here that uh, each table is independent. They don't depend on each other here, but this table depend on each other, but they don't have direct contact, their direct connection between them. Let me make the mistake and do this and say save. You see, I'm saving this one many to one based on the course ID. Okay, the course ID and connected to the building. Which course are they doing in this building? Or which building? Because this course can be done this in this building, they can do a lot of courses. But this course can only be done in one building. We can do the same course in all the building at the same time, unless we have different professors for this one in building safety. But this one building can accommodate many courses at the same time. Let's see how this one can connect to this. And I'll say this one. I know you did one-on-one, one-to-one, one-to-many in SQL. Same thing here. The IDs, I have to know what is ID and SID. It goes many courses, different courses, or have um, the courses can have the same ID. They have different IDs. Many to one, many to one, all of them. Now, let's see here. Let me create a new table. And let's see. I want to use a simple, and I want to connect something from here and something from here. Number of capacity by this thing. You can see that it's giving me the sum. Let me see the average. And let me take this one off. Let me go to the courses and say credit, number of credit. You can see that there's not much you can manipulate through this one. I made a connection, but I'm not getting the correct result because they are not in the same, they're not directly connected. You have to go through another path to get it. You see, now let me delete the relationship. Let me come back here. Let me refresh this. Refresh is here, like I was telling you. Just let give a few minutes. So when we have your dashboard connected to any source, all you have to do in the morning, just click on the refresh, it will refresh for you. Okay, let it continue. When it's done, you can come back. Okay, it's done. Now you see that what we have here is doesn't have any meaning because these numbers are just ID numbers and all those things. So for us, let me use this one for a sense. Okay, because they have same capacity, they have this thing, it will display something for us, but we have no meaning whatsoever that will give us the analysis that we want. Now, let me go back and click the ID and go to this one for a sense. You see that it's just giving us something. Let me add this one to it. You see, it means that it just gives us numbers that is not accurate because they are not normally supposed to give me error. Okay, so the relationship is very important. Okay, so We have to learn how to do the modeling, what we're gonna do probably today or next week, and do from there. You see the visualization, data view, the relationship between them, data visualization, and the report. Okay. Diving into the query editor operation. Connect Power BI to a file. We learned it last time. Editing row and column. We start doing it. Appending a merge query. We're gonna do it today. Creating a data schema, star schema, and condition column mathematical operation. From here, we are talking about the DAX, and we're gonna use the DAX. In maybe next week, we start learning DAX, the programming side of Power BI. When just a click can solve the problem, we have to use now some manipulation, which we call them DAX, to get the answer that we are looking for. Now, okay, here you see they say understanding append fluorescent. Now, before then, let me start here. The preparation is the same thing here. Now, what is append? Is when we want to connect two columns together and get the result at one point. For instance, here we have query uh, country, revenue, cost, year, and you can see at the beginning in the title we have the duplicate country, revenue, cost, year, which our Power BI will just take as it will take the first one as the column name, and the second one it will take it as the column, the content of the column, which will give you an error because here is a numerical data set, here is a date, but having this one, it will throw an error at the end of your work for you. Same thing here. Here it can take it, but it will take country as a name of a country. So we have to learn, that's what we call cleaning. We have to clean it, remove one because it's the same thing. It's just that maybe during the transform or ETL, extract transform load, or during the load, the system has made a mistake by duplicating the column now names. So for you and I now, our job is to remove this name. Okay, now we do the query one through this, and we do the query two by checking. You can see here also there's an error here. There's overlapping of something here, and we have to learn how to remove this and clear it. Otherwise, this one also will throw an error to you. And you can see it's the same duplicate of the column name that we have here. As analyst, our job is to clean this thing. Column amount and name must be equal in initial query. And when it comes to this, what you need to do mostly ask if you are not sure, ask the source file and compare with this one to see if the source file has the same problem. Maybe it's a time you are doing the uploading of your file on Power BI that those problems came. Okay. Um, Pivot and up pivoting. You see how this table is presented here. Product, apple, banana. And we have dates here. 2018, 2019, 2020. We call them attribute. And the value now are under this. How will you analyze this table? How will you visualize this table? It become a challenge for us to visualize something like this. We have the attribute and the value are messing up with the column names, and everything have become a messy, difficult to pivot to and do any clean work with this one. And one of our work is to make sure that we rearrange this table well to have something like this. Product, all the product will be under the product table, like this one. And now we need attribute. The attribute is the date, the years rather, and the value is all this now. To get this one properly like this, we do pivoting, and to reverse it, we do unpivoting by doing this and pivoting to do this one. Other way, it will work for you. I think we have the same thing in Python, pivot and unpivoting. Okay, let's go back to our Power BI and see where we are now. I want us to try one transformation and see how. When you have your Power BI open, there's two or three ways, but mainly two ways to do any transformation. As I told you last week, transformation are not made directly from the desktop interface. You have to go to this one and click on this transform data, or when we call it what, query editor. That's where we are now. We are in. You can see from here that we are working on two different platforms now, but the same application, same. So within this, like I was telling you earlier, you can do much on the table side here, table view here, but you can do a lot with the query editor here. Power BI also, Excel also has the same thing. And last week, our last 2 weeks, I walk you through this, where we see, let me see if we can get any data set with mess that we can clean up. We can try to clean up. Unfortunately, you can see much we clean up this thing. Okay, when you have a data set like this, assume that we have a duplicate. Let me see if I can get something with a duplicate. Okay, if you have something like this with a duplicate, Power BI make it easy for us. Easy. You can read here. It says choose column. What does it say here? Manage column. We have this one, these two that allow you to manage a column. Remove column. Assume that I don't need, let me use something different here. Assume that there's a column here that I don't need. There's no need to keep it because the file is too big. It's making my system slow. And not only that, as a data analyst, I had to work with efficiency. So I see payment mode, yes, I need it. I see a return 100%, they say 100% valid, but all I can see here is NA, NA, NA. I don't need it. So I'll click on it. There's two ways. I can right click and I can say remove. But if I say remove other columns, it will remove all other column and keep this column that are selected. But let me do it and you see. I click on remove other column. You see the remove other column you see here is the same thing you see here. Remove column. And when you click here, you see remove column and remove other column. So you have the option to come here or to just click on this. Now right click on it, and when you right click on it, because when I check it here, I can see that all I have here in the filter here is NA. So I really don't need it because it's not useful. That's why I want to delete it. So when you click, right click on it, I can, let me make this mistake and say remove other columns. You see that it removed all other column and left only of the column that I don't know. It's a mistake I made. I choose the wrong options. So don't panic when you make such a mistake. Just come back here in apply step here and click on it to go back. Okay, coming back here, you can see that my column is here and everything is here. So I'll come back, right click on the column name again, and I will say remove because that's what I want to remove. And I don't have it anymore. So we have remove column and remove other columns. So if I figure out that I made a mistake, all I have to do, click it and it come back again. Okay. If now, example, this one you can see is alphanumeric and this one is alpha strength, like they call it in Python. If for instance, I figure out that I want to change this one, you just need to double click it. And now you can change either it's a fixed decimal number, whole number, percentage, date. That's it. Just click on it and you can just change it. We can see that when you click on a column name, you have all these, read them, remove error. If there's error, the column is showing error. When you click remove error, it will remove the error. If you want to change the type, like I just show it, this one is showing is a text. If you think it's a date or time, if you think it's a whole number, it's a percentage that you want to use it for, just click on it and it will transform it for you. If it's a binary and if it's a boolean, true or false, just go ahead. Transformation, if you want to transform lowercase, uppercase, just like you have it in Python and in Excel. Trim, clean, length, JSON, whatever. Value, replace the value. If you want to replace any value in any column or any row, just click this one. Replace error. If you want to replace error, I don't know if I told you the missing value, some missing value, and they will ask you this question is a random thing that I put in an interview. They can ask you, how do you deal with a missing value? Uh, when you have a missing value or missing data somewhere, you can replace it with the min or the mode, or you can delete it. Depend. And when do you replace it? When do you delete it? If it has an impact on your data set, on your result, you don't delete it, you replace it. If the percentage of the missing value is not significant, you can replace it. But if it's significant, you you have to delete it. We will come back to that when we're doing machine learning. Okay, group. You can group, you can split the column. Let's say that I want to split this column, and I know you'll do the same thing in Python. Let's do that example just to show you the query editor. Assume that we want to split this column, and we want to split by delimiter or number of character or position or character. Just say we want to do it by delimiter to make it easy, because you can see this dash 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 here and see. And he ask, okay, do we want to custom them? No, we want a no column, semicolon, space, table, um, column, semicolon, space, tab. Okay, let's see. You can see that he divide this column into three for us. 1, 2, 3 by taking the dash away. He measure it by the dash. And as I said, I made a mistake, so I'll just delete the command that I just used. And you can see that this one I have to delete twice. It come back here for me. So that's how you play with the query editor. Is very, very important. And we have here the merge and the append. We're gonna learn when to use the merge, when to use the append. They all combine the different table and make them one table for us. But the base for us, I want to merge these three table here. Let's see. When I click, I say merge and merge as new. These two different things. Merge, it means that I want to take this one as the starting one and add other two to it. Merge as new will mainly create a new merge for me by itself. Let's use this one first. And you see that it's asking me select a table and matching column to create a merge table. It's like you are doing SQL command, the joint, left joint, right joint, all those things. Same mindset. And I'm saying that I want based on course ID. And I click here, I choose the corresponding table, and I say, oh, I want to use advisory, and I say a SID, and I say, you say what? The selection match is 0 of each row. We have 8 row here. It doesn't match 0 from the table. Okay. Let's see, because you say what? Left outer. Like we say left joint, right joint, all this thing. You can see the same thing here. Okay. Let's say I want a full outer joint. Say the same thing. Let me see if I say, okay, join them. I don't care. Join them for me. You join them, but you see that some table are totally empty. And that's not what we want, because we just add them. They are not related. So some of the information here will come negative. So that's not what I want. Let me try to merge as new. Same thing. Same thing I got here. Pre ID has nothing to do with the ID, course ID, title, name. They are not matching table. They don't have any connection among them. So this cannot be done. You can see that this one, it gave me the match one. So I can name it, rename it here, and say just a test. Boom. Oh, I made a mistake there. But I don't need this because it doesn't give me any result here. Boom. I will delete it. Okay. So that's the way you use merge and append also. Let's use append query and see what you will need from us. Two table, three table. Let's say we want to append only two table, the cost table and the adversary table. And I say, okay, you see that the append trying to now, he knows that there's no relationship between them, but he copied them in a way that you can see this value here. This value are here and this value. There's no corresponding value, but it kept this value for us. So that's the difference between the append and the merge. The merge, you see the way it gave you concatenate row from the two table into a single. It can be more than two. I can just select the table and click OK. Good. Now let's go back to the error we saw here earlier. How to remove this duplicate. You can now use the header, use first row as header, or use header as first row. You can use those or replace value or delete the first one. You can delete the first one. You can delete it and replace it with something easily, or remove the row, remove top row, or remove bottom row, or remove alternative row, remove duplicate, and remove blank row, remove error. So you have all those things here, how to manipulate the column and how to manipulate the row. Just like the other one, keep top row, keep bottom row, keep range of row, and then there you have to give the number, the for instance, keep this, you have to give row one to row number one to row number whatever. You give the number of row that you want to keep. Okay. So That's the way you use these two, the column, you manipulate the column and the row. Very important. If you want to change the type, you can use this one here. This one split, a split that we did the same thing here. Like I told you, you can play with this one here or play with any of them here. The one you feel comfortable doing. Now, you can change the date like I show you here. Click on this and they give you, no, click on it here and they give you the option, the same thing you have here. If you can find it here or you don't know how to get it here, just look here and you'll find it. Here, I haven't touched it yet because we use Python to do all this, but we're gonna try it when we are doing the machine learning stuff here. Okay, advanced manage, duplicate, delete, and refresh. Reference column. You can create a reference column here, just like the way you do it in SQL. Advanced editor. You click on this to give you, now you have to write your DAX here and display it. But this is not the right way to write a DAX. Okay, manage parameter, manage the table and other stuff here. So mainly these are what this is telling us here. From here, and source file connection, row and column operation, filter formatting, error handling, append query, pivoting and unpivoting, splitting column, and the basic stuff here. That's what this mainly. The main thing that we will focus on is how to connect the table. We don't have those table here, those table uploaded here. That's why I didn't touch it. But next week we will work on this table so that we can start the DAX programming. Okay. Here, let me come back here again. You can see that we have the star schema with dim table against a fat table. Two different tables, the dim table and the fat table. And next week, I'm going to give you the difference between the dim table and the fact table. What are the dim table? You can see the fact table here, which is here, and the fact table is the one that is connected, get all the information from all other things. Okay, my SQL is now on. I'm going to show you. See all this that you see here, the connectivity, you have the same thing in SQL. SQL server can give you the same thing. Now, the fact table is here. It's the one that connect all the table. If this fact table is not here, it's going to be very difficult for anyone to put data from customer table, sales point, and uh, and build a dashboard together. But when you have these are the dim table, the customer, sales point, time, product, and the fact table is the sales. And you can see the sales table has a product ID, and the product table has a product ID also. When you come to date, you have date ID, which is the primary key, and we have the same date ID here that connected to this one. That's what I was trying to show you, that there's no primary and secondary key on my table that are presented uh, on a Power BI platform. We have customer ID. Customer ID is here. we have region ID. Region ID is here. So this table is called the fact table, and a group or other table. Other table find their primary key here. It become their secondary key here, and they can connect easily, and we can pull up data from each of them and now group them and do our table once we have the fact table. When I come back here into my database and trying to get into my school and my tables, okay, let me see. I'm trying to see what I want to see. Okay, okay, let me see if I can see the diagram here. Does not have one or more to support. Oh gosh, I'm trying to see if I can get any diagram. Let me see if you can give me the diagram. Okay, I'll get some diagram. Let me see my table. Graph table. Okay, you see, I have advisory, classroom, course, department, instructor, prerequisites, sections, student, take, teachers, and time slot. There's one table among all these table that is the fact table that connect all of them. And because I haven't used this table for so long, I don't know which one, and I don't want to take too much of your time to go through them one by one and trying to show you the correct one. What I will do probably, okay, you see here the adversary we have ID, this ID which is the null, the primary key. Okay, let me see this one. Um, okay, let me not waste your time. I will prepare it for next week and I can show you how it goes here. Let me continue this one here. So once you know how they are related, it make it easy for you. Otherwise, if you try to pull up data from customer table and the product table, and you don't have this fact table, you have an error. It will work, but the result may not be accurate. Never. And now, current project structure start project. We have here the fact table, which is a population, and then we have the dim table, which is the age and the region. Because the population table have what? Country ID is here, age, group ID, age group ID. That's more than enough to make this one a fact table. It's for you to know which one will represent your fact table. And now here, population combined, it give you the fact table here. Very important. And now reference against duplicate. When it comes to reference, we have query 1, query 2, query 3, and we combine all the query applies there. And now we have reference 1, reference 2. This is a reference, the table. Duplicate. We want to duplicate our table. We have query 1, query 2, and we combine them all, and we have combined query here. Now we have duplicate 1 and duplicate 2. You see how they are separated. Here they all come from the combined reference. And someone will ask me what is a reference. We will work on it and That's the reference here. Reference. Okay, let me go back to it, and you will find a reference in home. Okay, I will show you where is the reference and what it does next week, so that you can understand the difference between the reference and the duplicate. So when do you use duplicate? When do you use reference? That will be clear to you next week, because it's easy to show you by doing it, and than just going through it and talk to you about it. So I'll upload different data set next week that will help us to see how those work, all the command, the duplicate command, reference command, how they work on the platform. Then when you are using them, you know when to use them, how to use them, and that you have the reference here, index, and we have the duplicate column here. But when and how to use them, because we don't learn them because we want to learn them. We learn them to know when do we need them. When do you need them? You can see that I have to navigate through this because Power BI upgrade their system frequently. So they may change things anyway, anyhow. So it's for you now to just come here calmly and navigate through and get what you are looking for. Okay, coming here, merge query. Like I was showing you, query one, query two, customer, product, price, name. Query one, query two. We have customer ID, product, price, customer ID. So you see that the customer ID and the customer ID matches here. So we have this query plus one plus query one plus query two. It gives you this because we have a matching column, just like SQL. Name, query one doesn't have name column. So we created the name column here. They added name column here. And you can see one customer ID one, he bought a TV at 599. Customer number one bought a TV 599. And what is his name? Customer ID one, his name is Max. Max is here. Customer number two and number seven, he bought notebook at what price? 1.699. Same thing here. Customer number seven name is Emmanuel. And we have here customer number one who bought another item, which is the phone. And we know customer number one name is Maxwell. So because you have a matching column, we can do the merging easily. If we don't, we need to do some manipulation to be able to do it. That's where we create now index, or we create index column, or we create index reference column to be able to create a matching column and do our merge and work. Why do you merge? Why? What's the need of merging? We merge easily to have the two columns at one to get a result. Now, if I have to do any analysis from here and I need the product ID, the customer ID, product, and the price, and I need to know the name of the people, my customer here, and I have two different tables, it's gonna be I have to do this one and do so. How can I just pull up the column name here, the ID, the product, and the price and this to make them one and make my job easy. I combine them to make one table, and now I'll do my analysis based on this table instead of trying to do this separate and trying to join them where how that's the easiest way. Now you guys know much more about joint, inner joint, left joint, right joint, out, the same thing we have here. Once you understand how joint works with Excel, you have no what do you call it? SQL, the same way it works here. Same way it works also with Python. Have that in your mind. When you know it once, it apply on all of them. We use this joint to just pull up data from various table, one or two, three, four, five table, to combine them and make them one table. To get them, we don't need the whole table. We just need matching information or differences information to make one whole table and use them to do our work. And here again, we have the fact table, we have the dim table here, and then we have another dim table here. And you can see country ID here. And all that we need here in now is age group ID. And that's what we have here. This one is connected to it, and this one will be connected to. So from there, I can get country and the year, the population year, country, the gender, the age group, the category, and display on one dashboard at the same time the population, the number of population, and classify them by region, classified by them by group, age group or category. Because now I have the fact table that allowed me to do that. Now understand it enable load. When you are doing enable the query one is enable, query two, the combine is also enable. But the query one, if it's not enable, but this one can be enabled. This one is a lot of confusion, and I will explain to you when we are having the hands-on. All this is based on the data modeling. Very important. Okay, now let's summarize what we went through today, and then we're gonna have the hands-on. Uh, from now going, it will be hands-on, hands-on. The file connection, the row and column operation, filter, formatting, error handling, append, merging query, pivoting and unpivoting, splitting column and extracting value, data schema, star schema, duplicate against reference, working with index, entering data manually. We haven't done it yet, but we'll do it. Conditional column and mathematical operation, project organization group, performance optim. Up to today, we were gonna start working on all this and master them. I need you to understand this so that during the interview that we prepare, I will send this to you so you can have knowledge about it. It's 9:20. I won't hold you too much. We will stop here. Next week I'll deep more and I will do more hands-on on what we just finished today. And for the next 40 minutes, I'm gonna ask if there's any question. I know some of you who may know some of this, but once you have more hands-on, everybody will understand it. Like I told you, we are not in competition with anybody. We are in a pace to learn this one step by step and master it. So if there's no question, I'm gonna ask Mr. DT to help Mr. Fabrice to clean up and make his dashboard um, very great. You say you want to make your his dashboard uh, appealing like yours. If you can
Yeah.
go some minute, uh, Mr. Francis, Mr. Fabrice, I'll call you all the time, Francis, like that. Yeah, Francis. I will send you the PowerPoint presentation because we're gonna use it for a lot of stuff, and you need it to
Okay.
at work also. So don't worry. I just want to go through it so you know how Power BI function.
Thank
So
you.
you're
Okay. Thank you very much, Prof.
welcome. So, Mr. Fabrice, can you
Yeah.
share your screen so
Sure.
Mr. DT can help you
Yeah.
because it's easy to learn from your peers than learning from someone else or
That's
trying to go and dig yourself.
oh. Let me see. Am I sharing the right one? No. Hold on. I can move this one over. Uh, so tell me, are you seeing it? Or no?
Yes, yes, I'm
Yes.
seeing it.
Okay. So yeah, I realized that yours, you see on mine here are like squares, and I was very appeal. Yours was very appealing. See, instead of putting like square, you had it with other like uh
Like the corners around it.
yes. And
Yeah.
I was trying to see if there are more of this type of you know. But yeah, that was my main concern. And like you said, like Prof said, if there are more things that I need to focus on making all these things very nice like yours, it will be great.
Yeah. Okay. So if you click on the undergraduates slicer.
Undergrad,
Yeah, like the list at the top.
okay, like
And
here.
if you go to, if I remember it correctly, the paintbrush and visualization, I think it is.
Which one?
To the right, the
Yeah,
paintbrush.
okay,
Yeah. Okay, so go to, I think it should be, go down to slicer settings. I think it might be there.
okay.
No, go to general.
General.
Yeah. Let me pull up mine too, so I can also understand. I do this. 1 second. So while I'm pulling up mine, like what kind of look are you going for with yours?
I mean, I wanted to know which are the options available first. Then when I know that, I'll get to choose. But yours was very nice. You know. Uh,
Thank you.
Let me see. I know this one is
Actually,
yeah.
go back to visual.
Okay.
Go down to. I'm not seeing it on yours. Make sure you click in the slicer. I'm not sure why it's not showing up on yours, but there should be a buttons little
Let me
button
see.
like drop down where you can customize the buttons.
Oh, like in here or in here.
It should be within the paintbrush. Like, let
Oh,
me share my screen real quick so you can see what I'm
okay.
talking about.
Let me see. Let me stop sharing. Yeah.
Can you see?
Oh, not yet. Double click to. I still don't see it. It says you
No?
are
Okay.
sharing. No,
Let
it
me
has not
try
come.
something. Can you see it now?
Nope. Okay, yeah, I can see it now.
Okay. All right, so I'm not sure. This is what I'm saying. I'm not sure why it's not popping up, but like here, I just click on this, came down here, and then buttons, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I chose to make it a rounded rectangle because then I
Oh,
can actually control
mm-hmm.
how rounded it is. And I felt like 20 was like a good,
Uh,
nice, clean look. Um,
mhm.
so that was the first thing. I opted not to. I gave it like I don't know if you can see it. I gave it a slight like grayish border, but I gave this one like a very bold border. So I'll go to this one so you can see. Because I wanted it to be like very clear when that was selected, but this one's more minimalist.
Mhm.
So it's this one. So again, went with the rounded rectangle, but in this time I just made all the corners sturdy. So it's just like that.
Mhm.
So how I changed the fill, or
Mhm.
the fill, um, I just changed it here, just to make it so that it is gray when it's not selected, and then when it's selected, it turns black, just to show you
Uh,
that selected. Um,
so you said when it's not selected, okay, that one is okay. I see that.
yeah.
Yeah.
To
Mm-hmm.
be honest with you, I'm not sure what makes it turn black. I just noticed that when I turned this color to like this whitish gray, when I clicked on it, it turned the same color as the border. So I would just, I played around with it, and that's where like one
Mm-hmm.
problem I was actually having is this image. So the background image I used, what I did was I wanted to like find something where it's like makes it look like one uniform thing because I was noticing as I was trying to like, put all the colors in the background. It's like going here, I think it's here. Second.
It looks like you have more option.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that. I don't know why what certain
Maybe
options
we
were
need to
showing up.
add them. I don't know.
Um, but for
Yeah,
example,
you
right,
see?
like if you
Okay,
don't
let me.
click on anything, like if you don't click on anything at all, um, in the canvas background, wallpaper, I put this image here. In this
Okay,
image, I just went to AI and had it generate like a background image for a
okay.
data science presentation. Um,
Wow, nice.
so I did that because I figured that if I can get you know, again, minimalist, nothing too like flashy in the background, um,
Mhm.
design, then I could basically turn all of the backgrounds of the actual graphs and make them transparent.
Mhm.
So I turned the transparency to 100. So obviously, if I go this down, it'll show back up.
Mhm.
But I turned the transparency up to 100, so that way there would be no background in all of these, and
Mhm.
it'll only show the background of the canvas, which I set here.
Which you said, okay. Mhm.
Um, so that's how I formatted it to make it so that they all look like they have the same background. Then next, um, I wanted to give this just a little bit of a border to stand out from this and also stand out from the background. So I just came to, again, buttons, came down, down, down to border. I turned on the
Mhm.
border
Yeah,
and just gave it a color black and with a 4.
yeah.
Um, the title. So for each one, they have this, obviously have a title. So I changed the font and made it heading 3 so it stood out more. And my goal with this was to kind of make it look like a like a controller. So that way, like, which is why when I was actually making it, I actually duplicated this page so that after I designed it, of course, I duplicated this page and made page 2 so that way this would be the exact same. So when you go
Okay.
from page to page, it looks the
Okay.
exact same. Like you're like basically the only thing changing is this down here, so that
Yeah.
this looks like a universal controller of the
Okay.
entire dashboard. Um, then lastly, the actual coloring, the actual coloring of the graphs, like in terms of this, I actually kind of depended on the data itself to do that for me. So what I did was, um, let's see, here, select this. I used the legend and grouped it by this, like, sorry, I used the legend to, and put the group into the legend so that way it'll be color coded by the group it's in, which is set back on this page back here.
Okay.
So that way, basically I did that so that it can be a consistently colored representation. So no matter where you are, orange is STEM, light blue is business, dark blue is house. And
Okay.
that'll be a consistent story. And so if anything, let's switch back to your screen now that we've kind of gone over, to be honest, me reviewing what I did myself too. But now we can like try to work on yours.
Okay. Thank you.
So go ahead and share.
Yeah. So do you see it? Do you see mine?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So the first thing I noticed is that you have more of options.
Yes, I see that too.
You see, you have more options. So how
Try
when you
try double clicking on just try double okay, careful not to click on an actual button, but just try double clicking on the like for the group slicer. Try double clicking the empty space in the group slicer. I don't know why
like double click where?
on the
Let me see
on the group
here.
slicer, like on the
Group
actual
slicer, double
dashboard.
click on it.
But no, but on the actual dashboard.
Oh, on the dashboard. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not
You
popping up.
see, yeah.
Okay, let's see what we can do here.
Enter. I know we're doing one class, and one of the thing I don't know if it was on which thing was he in, and it was, I mean, Prof had to bring it up on this thing on this ribbon. So I don't know if this is something hiding somewhere that we have to enable it.
Can you go to general? Let's see if you have different stuff there too.
Okay, general, you see.
Okay, that's the same. So let me
Mhm.
see if there's something in my general tab that I must have
So
enabled.
more options. Let me see. I'm into more option. Okay, more option. Okay, let me see this one. Show the home, dark light. Okay, probably look into the options here. Maybe yours once something is activated. I don't know. Power, R scripting, Python scripting, security, update, diagnostic, preview. Original, auto recovery, query reduction, report setting. Hmm.
I'm looking it up right now. I'm just trying to see.
Yeah, so load, Power Query Editor, display the query setting, data preview, content using, always allow parameterization. data. Python scripting. Privacy. Updates. Using data. Port setting. Parallel loading of table, background data.
Not sure why it's not showing up, honestly.
Okay, you see. So let me see data. No. No. Yeah, nothing here. Analytic.
Let's work on your other graphs in the meantime. Maybe Pastor Wilfred can help with this one because I'm actually not sure why that's
Okay.
happening.
All right.
So
So
I would say,
one thing I
yeah,
said,
go ahead.
I mean, one thing you said, you see, my colors are not consistent. So
Right.
that's one thing I think I have to make it consistent. What do you think?
Yeah, so yeah, I agree. So go ahead and select one of the graphs
Okay.
and you have nothing in your left. That's what I thought. Okay, so go down to your data and do the drop down on the data tab to your right.
Okay, so go down to so let's say I want to keep this one. I want to make the rest of these four. I want to use these colors for them. So I need to alter this one.
Yeah,
And then
so well actually so first click on that one to the left
one to
first.
the left.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
go down so on your right side do the data. Like
Okay.
the
Data.
yeah, go down. No, that was right. But actually make the drop down go down so you can
Yeah.
select from your data. All right, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now go. There's no legend for this. Why is so? What I did to make it the same color is I used the legend and go to your left. That's why. Do you see format visual? Hit the one with like the clear rectangles.
Which one?
Um,
Yeah.
to the left.
This to the left.
One more to the left.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so drag group down into legend.
See what?
Drag the group data on the right side from under your salaries by college major data into the legend.
So into the legend. Hold on. Oh, into the legend here.
Yeah,
So drag which group?
the group one, the top.
The top one. Okay.
Yeah,
Into the
drag that
legend.
into legend. Yes. Okay, so now we just need to reformat your bars, but that's so before we do that, just go ahead and do that with the rest of them. And let's see if make sure the colors all show the same.
Okay, so I'll do this. Same thing, group into the legend.
Let me see. I don't. It all showed up different colors. So let me see what iOS has done. Did I do anything differently?
Okay, so now I think, so I think to make it, I, I think to make it think, so maybe I can delete all these and then copy this one and
Yeah,
paste it. That will
I
be
think yeah.
the fastest way. So let me delete or remove this. Remove, see, remove. So this, no, can, so select this one and then we come home, copy and paste 4 times. So, all right, so we do this. 3. Okay, so
I
at
think
least these are the things.
yeah, because I think that's what I did too. Because what I did at first is I designed one graph and then I just copied and pasted. So that must be what
Okay,
you did too.
so, so, all right, so for this one, let's see. Okay,
In
for this
fact,
one,
before you
yeah.
do that, do you want to just finish designing the graph so you don't have to redo it again and
Okay,
then copy
sure,
and paste it?
sure, sure, yeah. So let's work on just one graph. Once we finish it, okay, yeah, that's a brilliant idea. So let me delete it. Okay, so let's work on this one for now. Yeah,
Um, so firstly, let's just start from the top to bottom. Let's change the column size, no, not column, the title size. So go back to your paintbrush, your visualize or format visual,
okay,
general, and then do title.
title.
Right. You're going so what I did was I personally changed the font because I just felt like there was a better font to use. So you could choose whatever font you want. But the
Mm-hmm.
important thing is that you increase the size so it's more visible
Yeah,
and also take out the and group because when you put the group in the legend, it
mm-hmm.
adds an and group. So just take out that last and group so it's just average and
So this
average
one,
by group.
this group right here.
We'll get to that, but just in the title, like there, if you see it, the title's and group at the end.
Which group? Which one?
Inside the title, like the title text itself.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Like here,
Yeah, exactly.
remove this.
Just just go to the end and remove the and group.
Oh, okay. And group. Okay, okay, okay. All right, I got it. So this is good.
Right. So you're also going to want to increase the text size because it's really small right now, so that it's more visible.
So text size,
Yeah,
good.
reasonable. Yeah. If anything, one thing you did that it might be making misleading is make sure you, whatever size you had the graph before, make sure the graph is the same size because you just increased it, but we're going to be
Yes,
putting three
yes,
more of these.
yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let me do it this way. So if I do it
Yeah.
this way, okay. So I know when I did it that like that, when we come to the 90 percentile and 10 percentile, it's gonna overflow. So I think
Yeah.
that's the
And we
reason
can
why
do
I
like
kept.
the small adjustments once you make those copies, like, small
Okay.
tweaks, but just to, get a rough thing.
All right.
Another thing is so minimize the title thing for now,
Minimize. Okay.
subtitle too.
Subtitle too.
So we're looking for the legend. We want to get rid of the legend,
The legend
which,
is this one, right? Okay.
yeah, it's taking up space. And it's already labeled. So go to, it
Is
might be
in
in Visual tab,
is in what visual part?
the Visual tab, like to the left. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah. So
legend.
just turn off the legend.
All right. Good. Okay.
Okay. So as you can see, that gave you some
Colon.
more space.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Um, we need to make those columns bigger now.
Yeah. Mm,
Okay. So let's see.
Width.
Yes.
Oh no, this is the
That's a border though. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so that's the border. Okay, yeah, that's the border. We don't. So color is it layout or size
Try I think it's a spacing.
spacing?
Yeah, so
Let me see.
go to actually go back to columns. Let me see if it's there.
Go back to columns.
Yeah, go back to columns.
You
Let
got
me see.
series, transparency. You got border, layout,
Space between categories.
space
Turn that
between.
down.
Okay,
Okay, I made it a little bigger. Can you leave it at 1% just one so it doesn't
one
it
percent.
just yeah, like just 1%.
Okay,
Okay, now go back to general. Try spacing there.
hmm?
Try spacing there. No, that's not it. Okay. Let me go back to mine and see where I change the spacing.
Let me see. Background now. Data for. Yeah, that size.
Okay, I think I found it. So go back to the visual,
Okay.
go to x-axis and maximum maximum height.
Hmm?
Is that it? No. Go to layout. Yeah, minimum uh, um where did it go? Go back up or yeah, that one. Layout. Try increasing. No. Uh put that back. I remember I was having this problem too, and I did something to fix it. I'm not trying to remember what I did.
Hmm. So, reset. Data label. Do. Hmm.
Okay, so go down, find the columns section in the visual tab.
Okay.
It must be there. And that's I feel like it's there. Yeah, columns there. Okay, go down and let's. Do you see something where it says spacing in that?
Spacing.
So yeah, spacing.
Yeah, space between series. Let me see. No, this one was at 0%. Sort by value.
I guess this is a little confusing for me because all I'm looking at I'm looking at our settings and they're really not different, but it's showing up different for yours for some reason.
Yeah, okay, let's see. You know what? Let's start it from scratch. Let me delete this one and then I know we selected this one. So we selected, which one did we select to start with? I think it was,
Yeah, that was right. Okay.
so let me see. If we get rid of this one, Should we get rid of this one and then try to import? How did we get this one to come here? Hmm?
So I don't. Okay, yeah. So yeah, go ahead and delete that.
Delete this one.
Yeah, let's give it a try. Maybe we just need to reset it.
Then
Yeah.
how to?
Oh, yeah. Just click it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
go ahead and add back your data first, so we can.
So we added the
So
V to the legend first.
and then the X was, I think, the average.
This one was this one.
Yeah. And then just turn that.
The Y. The Y
The
was
Y was the group.
the group.
Oh wait, no, it was the other way around. The X was the group. The Y was the
Okay.
average. Yeah. All right. So it's already looking better. And then change from sum to average. Okay. Now this is what we need to figure out, because you see how it's already now doing that thing. So what I'm going to do is online, I'm going to make a new one because I want to see if we can do this
This
together.
one, I can figure this thing out. Small multiple top add field. Okay. So let's see. Let's come here. Legend. See the title. So anyway, this thing is to turn this one off. We're not turning off. It doesn't even. It used to be group. But we're not turning off. That okay. Legend of. Okay, legend of. Title. No. Okay, title. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I tell you what. I just thought about something. Okay. I'm just going to.
Let's try, I think I have an idea. Let's go back to the x-axis. Is there something called inner padding?
Okay. X value concatenate table labels No. No.
I was looking online to try to see if there was a, because what's confusing for this to me is like if I can share my screen, I can show you exactly like, which is why I'm confused why this is even
Okay.
happening.
Let me stop sharing. Mm. Yeah, we got 2 minutes or so. We can get
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
So like I just made this brand new one, right? Like I didn't copy or anything, which I can
Mhm.
do just to show you what I'm talking about. And I did the same thing where I just came here and like starting. Sorry. See what I mean? It automatically made the right one.
Yeah. I think
So
what
I'm
I'm
not
gonna do,
yeah.
I'm not gonna save all the changes that we made. So the next time we get together, we need to find out probably a time that is convenient for the both of us, for you especially, and then we're gonna go back from my original file, and then we see.
Okay. Yeah,
Cool.
that makes sense.
All right. So Mr. Gaston is online, so we need to stop. And 1 minute, we're gonna start this course.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.